Niccolò Machiavelli, born on 3 May 1469, in Florence, Italy, is widely regarded as one of history's most influential political thinkers. Known for his pragmatic approach to politics and power, Machiavelli's life was filled with challenges, failures, and ultimately a lasting legacy through his works, especially The Prince. His philosophy has shaped political thought for centuries, and his name has become synonymous with cunning political tactics. But behind his well-known reputation lies a life of struggle, failure, and a relentless quest for success. Early life and career. Machiavelli grew up in a time when Florence was a center of political and social unrest. The city was constantly at war, both externally and internally, with various factions vying for control. His early exposure to this turbulent environment would greatly influence his later work. Coming from a middle-class family, Machiavelli received a solid education, focusing on Latin, grammar, rhetoric, and later, political theory. In 1498, at the age of 29, Machiavelli was appointed as a diplomat in the Florentine Republic, following the expulsion of the powerful Medici family. He traveled to various courts across Europe, including France, Spain, and the Papal States. These diplomatic missions gave him first-hand experience with the complexities of power and governance, as he observed how different rulers exercised control. Machiavelli's career was promising at the outset. He quickly rose to prominence within the government, where he was involved in military and political affairs. However, this success was short-lived, and his life soon took a dark turn. Fall from power and struggle. In 1512, the Medici family returned to power in Florence, overthrowing the republic that Machiavelli had served. With their return, Machiavelli's political career came to an abrupt end. He was dismissed from his post, imprisoned, and tortured under suspicion of conspiracy against the Medici rulers. Although he was later released, his reputation was tarnished, and he was banished from public life. This marked one of the lowest points in Machiavelli's life. Having lost his job, his influence, and his social standing, he retreated to his family's estate in the countryside. The isolation and lack of purpose weighed heavily on him. Yet, instead of giving up, Machiavelli turned to writing, a move that would eventually bring him lasting fame. Writing The Prince and his quest for redemption. It was during this period of exile that Machiavelli wrote The Prince, 1513, his most famous work. The book is a guide for rulers on how to acquire and maintain power, often through ruthless and pragmatic means. One of the most quoted lines from The Prince is, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." This reflects Machiavelli's belief that in politics, moral considerations often have to be set aside in favor of practical outcomes. Through The Prince, Machiavelli sought to regain favor with the Medici family, hoping that his insights into power would secure him a position in their court. However, his plan failed. The Medici rulers were not impressed, and Machiavelli remained in political exile for the rest of his life. Success after death. Though The Prince did not bring him the redemption he sought during his lifetime, it became one of the most influential political treatises ever written. Over time, Machiavelli's ideas gained recognition, particularly in the modern era, where his work has been studied by leaders, politicians, and scholars alike. Ironically, the very failures Machiavelli experienced, his loss of power, his exile, and his inability to regain favor with the Medici, led him to create works that would outlast his own lifetime. His other works, such as Discourses on Levy and the Art of War, also contributed to his legacy, though The Prince remains his most enduring contribution. Machiavelli's story is one of resilience and intellectual vigor. Despite his personal and political failures, he transformed his struggles into timeless lessons on power, strategy, and human nature. Quotations from Machiavelli. Throughout his life, Machiavelli offered numerous insights on politics, leadership, and human behavior. Here are a few of his most famous quotes. "The ends justify the means." Often interpreted to mean that moral considerations are secondary to achieving practical success, this reflects his belief in pragmatic, results-oriented leadership. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Machiavelli believed that true leadership and respect come from one's actions, not from one's position or status. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Machiavelli emphasized adaptability, urging leaders to adjust their strategies to fit changing circumstances. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. He placed great importance on the company a ruler keeps, recognizing that wise counsel is critical to effective leadership. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. This highlights the importance of perception in politics, where appearances often carry more weight than reality. Conclusion. Niccolò Machiavelli's life was one of highs and lows, marked by early success, dramatic failure, and eventual posthumous triumph. While he never achieved the political redemption he sought, his writings have ensured his legacy endures to this day. His insights into power and human behavior remain relevant in the modern world, proving that even in failure, there can be lasting success. Machiavelli's life teaches us that setbacks, no matter how severe, can be the foundation for future achievement. As he once said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Through perseverance and intellectual creativity, Machiavelli turned his struggles into a timeless contribution to political thought.